Soldiers heading east in the Democratic Republic of Congo continue to try and remove rebel forces from the mineral-rich region. The joint United Nations and Congolese Army operation that quelled M23 forces in December is seeking out and attacking an alliance of rebel forces still there, estimated at about 1,400. The United Nations Special Envoy for the Great Lakes, Mary Robinson, recently told the Security Council that the spirit that brought about the M23 peace deal in December has all but vanished. The U.S. Special Envoy to the Great Lakes, Rush Feingold, is urging Congolese and UN forces to redouble their efforts in the fight against rebels. He specifically referred to the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, FDLR.
No country in the region should be supporting any of these illegal armed groups. We've made that very clear to Rwanda because we have seen credible reporting of support from Rwanda for the M23, and we've made it clear all over every opportunity we've had here when we've talked to them in New York, but also directly in Rwanda, that that is something that cannot be tolerated. The same goes, though, for any support for the FDLR. By any other group or the group called the ADF. So no country in the region should be supporting these armed groups, and we've been consistent in that message to all the countries involved.
Feingold is also encouraging the demobilization and peaceful reinsertion of those who surrender their arms. The U.S. has repeatedly called on all external parties to withdraw any and all support from armed rebel groups operating in the Great Lakes region.
All parties must immediately end their support for armed rebel groups. All governments must hold human rights violators and abusers accountable. We must end the era of impunity, and that, unfortunately, has been rampant.
Current Army operations are being concentrated against the ADF-NALU, Allied Democratic Forces National Army for the Liberation of Uganda, and the FDLR, Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda. They are Ugandan and Rwandan-based rebels that analysts believe are supported by the governments of Rwanda and Uganda. Paul Sisco, VOA News.
Thanks, Paul, for that report.